All right, guys, so let's start today's grind. And I've been losing ratings significantly in the previous week. So let's go 95. So my opponent goes bishop c4 here, which can be met with d5. So I'll take back with the bishop. So this is called the King's Gambit, except it's shallow defense, and we are protecting our pawn on f4. Opponent goes d4, just castle, the rook on e1, e8, and then attack the king on e1, but now he castles. Maybe you can put the bishop to g4, pin down the knight. So I'm going to be playing like maybe 6 rapid games right now and see if we could win them all and get our rating back to 2100. Knight c3 is what he plays. I don't know if c5 is a good move. I want to play rook e8, but f7 pawn is a target for my opponent, which I don't want to simply weaken by going rook e8. All right, let's go c5 and c. There's h3. Let's drop the bishop back. And the g3 square for the knight. It goes knight b5. The issue is that if bishop e7, the knight e5, my knight is under attack. So maybe I could put my knight first. The g3 attack the rook. Rook f2, knight e4. So if I take the rook, he'll take my bishop. And obviously that isn't right. I should just grab the knight back first. Okay, now I think I have knight e4 as well. But I think I'm just going to help his rook improve. So instead of doing that, maybe I should just, if I take the pawn, knight takes, also doesn't look right. So maybe I should just develop my knight to c6. And if he goes knight h4, I have g5, supporting my pawn, and bishop takes, knight takes bishop, then knight takes knight on f5. d5. Yeah, so if I take the knight, bishop takes f4. So maybe knight e4 first. Right. So I'm thinking of putting my queen on f6. And I should be okay here, actually. Maybe he has d6 kind of tricky ideas. But maybe I would just take on c2, queen takes on f4. Looks a little bit complicated, and we're down on time here. And if he does nothing, my idea would be to put the knight on g6, attack the bishop, force an exchange of pieces. We are up in exchange, so there's a matter going on this area of the board. 3 versus 3 pieces. Although I'm up in exchange, but my opponent's position does not look like super bad because of the pieces which are like very active for now. So like if he goes rook e1, he doesn't go rook e1. Okay, of course I shouldn't take here because of this check. Ideas that are always very, very dangerous. Should simply grab it back with the bishop. Keeping everything solid. The b2 pawn that is hanging. His construction is really, really defensively strong. Goes c3. Now is my time to bring pieces into the game. For example, this stupid rook that is not really doing anything. Should I put it on e8 or should I put this rook on e8? I think it doesn't really matter because I will just put the other rook to the d8 square. And mobilize my entire army here. Attack the queen. Yeah, there was no point in attacking the queen actually, so just a stupid move by me. Should I go h6 to stop any kind of bishop g5? Yeah, my opponent still has a bishop pair, so not like very easy here. Offering a trade of queens because we are going down less than a minute now on the clock. Yes, Gurman FT, you can just send me a challenge right after this game and we can have a game. Sure, why not? Bishop to d6 attacks the pawn on c5. But are we just not going to play b6 and defend our pawn? I think we can. Bishop b3 with what idea exactly? I don't know, so I'll just attack the bishop. Bishop goes all the way back. But we continue to attack that bishop, I guess. Okay. Now maybe we can attack the b2 pawn. Yeah, if I move that bishop, then the pawn on f7 would be lost, which is, of course, something I don't want. Attack g2. Keep an eye on the passed pawn. Still up couple of pawns though. Asking for a bishop trade. Asking for a rook trade. Scramble, scramble. That was tense. Okay, so yeah, if anybody wants to play with me, they can send me a challenge on chess.com ID called Zilalov. Zilalov. In the meantime, I'm just going to review the game. Extremely poor game with a lot of mistakes. I did play the opening well though, had a winning position. Bishop g4 was correct. c5 was a mistake. So here was where I did not know what to do. So knight d7 is the move. Okay, so receive the challenge. We'll analyze the game later. Rega Gambit 69. Good luck. So we're playing the Petrov. Knight takes e5, knight takes e4. Copycat system. Queen e2, queen e7. Again, copycat system. Queen takes on e4, winning the knight, but d6, winning the knight back. Okay, he takes to the pawn, so knight c6, hitting the pawn. Expecting bishop b5, bishop d7, breaking that pin. Knight c3, okay. I think we go a6. Maybe I should have long castle actually, you know? I don't want to go back queen d8 here. If I take on e5 though, knight takes e7 check, king d8, queen takes e5, knight takes e5. Yeah, just a bad position basically. I think I just have to go back. Got nothing else better than this. But I really appreciate the fact that my opponent did know this opening really well. So good play in the opening. Now I think I should castle. Hmm. And maybe that was an option as well. Looks like I'm going to lose a ton of rating here against my 1600 rated opponent because he's playing really well. Wow, bishop all the way back to b1. And now bishop back to e4. What is going on? Strange play here by my opponent. Hello, buddy. How's it going? Nobita 120. Yeah, I'm doing all great. Having fun, and right now not having like a lot of fun because here my opponent is just completely crushing me. Can I take on f2? Rook takes, rook e1 check. Rook back, takes. I don't think it works. I'm not sure what to do really, so I'll just drop the bishop back to b6. Yeah, bishop f4 is probably a very good move. Yeah, he's just completely winning here. So a4. Yeah, if I take, he takes pawn. Doesn't take the pawn. Wow. Yeah, good game. Fantastic play by my opponent. Just did not give me a single chance to get back in the game, especially that rook sacrifice with the idea to promote the pawn was very beautiful. So 2450 level of play by my opponent with flawless accuracy. Yeah, here I should have long castled, which was the main idea. And probably then a6, I mixed it up. a6 first, there is knight d5. I completely forgot about that. So the line is long castles. And if knight d5 now, there is queen b4 check, I remember. Or maybe queen takes e5 even, yes. This is okay for black, but I hurried. Yeah, well calculated here that yeah, here bishop e1 was the only strange move I thought in the game. Otherwise, and he brought the bishop back. Yeah, bishop back to e4 was the best move in this position. Okay, so pretty strong opponent. Maybe we can enjoy some more of his games, because if we will, okay, he's only played 2 games in his entire career. This was his second game. The first game he played, let's see that one, to learn from that game, because of course if somebody plays flawless chess, we should learn from their games. Okay, I was surprised at like what is going on, but he's playing with black pieces actually. Now it makes sense. Perfect moves. Queen e7 is not perfect. What is knight f6 should be played here, giving up the pawn? That is a idea usually. King e8. No, I don't know. Oh, the knight just takes back. I'm blinded by the lights. The fact that he can find these great moves in 2 seconds, 3 seconds is amazing. Yeah, just a future grandmaster from India, I guess. Okay, thank you for the game. So let's play somebody of our own level, I guess. He was too strong for me. So we got somebody from Germany, Ludwig von Kasparov. I hope he's not the relative of the great Garry Kasparov, because then it would be a problem. So let's play d4 to stop any kind of e5. He goes d5. Let's go bishop g2. Bishop f5. Let's castle. I once prepared a line with knight c3, but I completely don't remember that for now. So I'll just play the normal c4. Knight b4 can always be met with knight a3. He was really great, bro. Wow, play with me now. Okay, sure. You can send me the invitation once I finish the match. You can send me the challenge then. I waited, nobody sent the challenge, so yeah, he was too strong. That was his second game, by the way, on chess.com. And somebody just playing his second game on chess.com with the 2500 level of play. Probably I got a chance to play with some grandmaster from India. I feel lucky. Got a lot to learn from the game. Sacrificed a little bit of rating, but who cares? Who literally cares? So if I take, pawn should take back. Yeah, if I take knight, pawn takes. Bishop f4 as well. So I'm gonna develop my bishop, put the rook on c1. Bishop d6. Let's chop the knight off. Chop the bishop off. I mean, he should take with the queen. Then I'm planning to get my knight back into the game with knight c2, knight e3. He should castle now, and I'll put my knight on e3 with a tempo on the bishop. Okay, rook b8 first. Is there a point really in putting the knight on e3, bishop g6, and then what is the knight doing there? Should I go e4 instead? Doesn't look right as well. Let's put the knight on e3 first and we'll decide then. Maybe I can go queen d2 to defend the pawn on b2. Bishop g6, queen d2, might run into knight e4. If I take, bishop takes back. I can centralize my rooks pretty quickly, I believe. Looks a little bit torturous to give up your light square bishop in these kind of fianchetto positions. Like, for example, knight e4, I don't want to give it up. But what else to do? Maybe, yeah, knight e4, I'll have to take. He castles. If I go f3, I think that would be a smart move. It's a committal move, though. Let's try. Let's try f3. I mean, doesn't make sense at all to play f3, but at least I'm controlling e4 and g4 squares. Although it's not recommended to play moves like these that weaken the king side a lot. E file is opened up already, and then yeah. Bring the rook into the game. A positional struggle is what would many chess authors would describe this position as. Why Mr. Gabber says why OV, why not AT? OV and AT, what is those terms? I'm sorry, I don't know what OV and AT means. Look at my king, absolutely safe behind the pawns. If I take, knight takes. Can I go e4? b2 pawn would be hanging. We will have 4 attackers on the e4 pawn, which obviously is not desirable. So maybe we can put more pressure on the d pawn there. Now e4 makes a lot of sense, I guess. Queen is pinned. Oh, Zilal, OV, and why not 80? I don't know. Zilalov is just sounding like Russian, so my opponents get scared. And we are facing some Russian Muslim, which is a scary thing to face in UFC, but I don't know in chess. Yeah, we have to guard the b2 pawn. So I take. f4, then e5. f4 is good. Yeah, because I want to play e5, right? My opponent goes f6. How many attackers do we have on d5 now? 1, 2. Okay. The thing is, if I take knight takes, queen takes, he has rook e1 check, deflecting the rook away, and then he wants to pick up my queen. That is a very clever approach. But what I'm going to do is just maybe offer a trade of rooks, I guess. Yeah, not falling for that tactic. There's so much downtime here, which is a concerning thing. The rook. I messed it up. Wow. Okay, enough of rating loss. It's hard to play on stream while talking and playing. So what I'm gonna do is just call it a day here. and come back tomorrow. We'll try to continue our grind. Doesn't matter if we lost a ton of rating, getting it back shouldn't be a problem if we are in good shape. So thank you everyone for joining today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.